Alright, hi. I was actually intending to paint whenever I got off work today, um, because I have a paint project that I thought up recently that I really want to start, but then I got off and was in the car and I was like, ooh, I want to make a YouTube video, and I try to just, whenever the YouTube video energy finds me, I try to just listen. And it's oddly enough, it's always when I feel like exhausted, I'm like, well, let's just do this, and it ends up making me feel better. But I guess that kind of like goes into like the thought I had in my head, because I actually recently was journaling about stuff and had wrote down to make a video about creating through the chaos. And so I guess that creating and feeling better and more energized after I create kind of is a good segue into that topic. But yeah, there's just been so much chaos going on in the world and in like my personal life and the personal lives of a lot of people close to me. And I've just been experiencing everyone. A lot of us have just been experiencing a lot, and it's very overwhelming, and I feel like it's so easy to feel hopeless and helpless. And like one of the only things I feel like that's been helpful throughout that is creating. And I know I've mentioned this before in another video, is that like art and creation feel like remedies and medicine to me. Like I feel myself feeling 10 times more energized whenever I write or I paint or sing or make a YouTube video, or and also like creating in community too. Like my staff did a like paint yourself activity, no, paint each other activity today, and that just made my day. And I've been joining a song circle event that my community has monthly, and that is just creating in general and then creating in community. I feel like we should be doing more of and it's something that like really helps. And even on like a energetic sense, I feel like, I don't know, like there's like a connection to what we are, like we are creative beings and what we are creating and putting out there. I feel like it's all like interconnected and has a purpose and can connect to other people even in ways you might not like think about or realize. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. And the way that like art and music and all of the things has an impact on society and the world around us. And I remember like multiple different people, I can't remember what all people said it now. I might remember it later, but just that like artists are the ones, like, I mean there are a lot of people, but like now is the time for artists to be creating and doing what they need to do, and like kind of like coming out of the woodworks and making statements with their art and just existing and the way that that can have an impact on the world around you and bring people together and like create change. Because I was just thinking also about like the role that each person can play in creating change and like speaking out for things that you see going on, and how you can do that as an artist, whether you're like a writer, a painter, a musician. Like you can literally create art as a means for like fueling change and putting messages out there. But as artists, you can also create like joy. Like, it's like there's so many different means of creating art, and there's so many different like reasonings, purposes, and things that can come from it. But it's like you can use your mediums to activate and fuel change, or you can use the mediums to kind of like break through the noise to create a place for joy and peace, and bringing people like happiness or other feelings and emotions during such a tough time. And it also makes me think about like rest and joy being a form of resistance in itself, especially for like Black people. So many thoughts. Always so many thoughts in my head. But yeah, I guess like the main the main point is just going back to how creation is medicine, and creation is action in itself, and like the difference between just consuming as opposed to creating and putting something out there, and the energy you create whenever you create, and whenever you make art. And that just, I don't know, just does something to me. And I guess it would also be cool to have more conversations with other people, and whoever watches this, like making like comments maybe about like other people's or your personal experience with creating art and how it makes you feel. But I just know for me, it grounds me and brings me back to the present, but it also like activates me and energizes me and soothes me. And it also, that's another thing too, I feel like it gives me an avenue to move through my emotions and thoughts and whatever I'm going through. It gives me a way to like get it out of my mind and out of my body and onto something or into something like tangible, in a way to move through it, as opposed to just sitting in it or suppressing it. And I think that's really important too. I keep losing my train of thought. And I'm also trying to like slow myself down and not make myself feel like I need to like or like if I need to take a second and pause and collect my thoughts, not making myself feel like I need to rush through or I need to have something to say, because like silence is also necessary and important. You don't always have to have something to say or have all the answers or know exactly the words and the thoughts. Like, you can take a second. I'm trying to practice doing that more, just slowing down and allowing silence and imperfection, because that's inevitable. I don't know if there's much more else to say. Actually, I think the reason why I even had the idea of like creating through the chaos, my like community, some people were organizing banner building sessions and protests, and I'm not always able to like physically be there, and so I like volunteered to help make an Instagram page, also because the concern had come up of wanting to involve more young people. And I was like, I know that social media is a place that young people are active. And so I was like, we can make an Instagram page and be sharing what we're doing so people are more aware of it. And even that, I feel like, is a form of creation, because we were just talking about putting together a logo for it and a bio for it and getting photos and videos and posts together to share what we're doing. And that was even like a form of creation for me. And I guess that's like one way for me that it's like taking action and using what I feel like my role is of like being an artist or a creator to do something. Because I had been feeling like I'm not doing anything and there's so much more that I could be doing, and it's like that's one way of creating, like through the chaos, to do something of some sort of support, service, good. And even in doing that, I felt like more activated and energized to do more of that and to do other things, and like putting the logo together, putting the videos together and the posts together and everything. Like I feel like all of that, like making the YouTube video, all of it is a form of creating. If you're putting something together and you're making something and putting it out there, as opposed to as opposed to just consuming, or just in general, when you're piecing something together, when you're making something, when you're bringing something that it did not exist before and now it does, like that's all a form of creation, a form of art. And we just never know how anything that we make can impact other people around you, the community, the world around you, yourself, all of us interconnected as beings. But yeah, it's just creativity is action, it's fuel, it's medicine. And I feel like that is, like I think I already said it before, one of the one thing, or one of the few things that are getting me through the chaos: creativity and community and nature. Yeah, okay. Bye.